Greetings from Auburn Hills, Michigan. This is Coach Jameel Syed, and I wanted to take out this time to give a shout out to Coach O, Mrs. Karen Hall, and the AAU Track and Field organization at large. I want to make sure that I include all of its employees, its many volunteers, and the coaches and athletes that make it all happen. The resources, the platform, the meets, the opportunities, and ultimately the memories that we make is really what we walk away with from our high school experience, and we're really truly grateful for you to make this happen for us. Thank you. To put things in perspective, my son did something that was absolutely unimaginable. He became the first and only athlete in U.S. history to earn All-American honors in both the 400-meter hurdles and the 2,000-meter steeplechase in the same meet. A meet which was a record-breaking attendance of over 13,000 athletes from around the nation and around the world. We really didn't know what it was that he achieved. It was when we showed up to the podium to receive our All-American honors for 2,000-meter steeplechase. That's when Corey Mull interviewed Jibril, which was followed up by a special feature article on him making U.S. history, and that really kind of put him on the map. Prior to that, no one really knew who he was. He wasn't a top 8 finisher for any of his seasons and any of his events. He wasn't on mile splits top 50. I mean, no one knew who this kid was. But just out of the blue, emerging from the depths of this meet, this kid all of a sudden was a kid that dropped almost 5 seconds from one season to the other, coming off of a season in which he barely ran, to be able to pull off U.S. history. And so as a result of that, we were courted by some of the nation's top Division I programs. It was a dream come true for us. When the dust settled, we picked 5, that we considered running for, which included the University of Wisconsin, Michigan State University, The Ohio State University, the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, and ultimately on Wednesday, November 13th, the first day of signing period, after he did a reveal at a private venue, he chose to be a 400-meter hurdler for Coach Julie Cully, Coach Alton McKenzie, and the Georgetown Hoyas. Woo! Hoya Saxa! No one knows what this boy has gone through. No one knows what I've gone through as father and son, as coach and athlete, what type of tremendous pressure this put on our family, over the past few years. This kid has suffered injuries. This kid has been doubted. He has not been given support from his own school. I mean, he didn't have anybody to go along this journey with. He did this by himself. No one can appreciate how difficult it is to train your athlete, who happens to be your son, one-on-one, sometimes in the heat of the weather with no one else on the track, and other times, where it's like freezing and you're hitting a hill at 45 degrees for over 100 meters. No one knows and no one can appreciate that, but God comes when he wants to come, and it's on his time. And this all got pulled together in the 11th hour. But the cream on top of the cake was when Mrs. Karen Hall, the National Secretary of AAU, came. She was the last speaker of many speakers on the day of his signing. And she built this boy up and talked about how resilient he was and how he never gave up, and he did something which was absolutely unthinkable. And she presented him with this letter of authentication that bears her signature that he is officially a U.S. history maker, and then gave him this award, this national award, on behalf of Mr. Charles Oliver, the AAU Track and Field Committee, commemorating his performance. So I just can't, I don't have the words to really thank AAU for creating this medium. If it wasn't for AAU, if it wasn't for the meets which they hold, the community, the culture which they develop, Jibril would not be where he is right now. And so big ups, major shout out to the entire organization. And I'm gonna let Jibril express a little bit about how he feels about the entire situation.
I just wanted to say thank you so much to Coach O and Mrs. Hall for providing this opportunity for me. Whenever I ran AAU Track and Field, especially here in Detroit, I really felt a sense of community and a sense of pride whenever I ran. Even especially at the AAU Junior Olympics this past summer, I really felt that I had an entire community behind me when I ran. They say don't be sad because something's over, be happy because it happened, and I'm really going to miss this part of my journey. Again, I just wanted to say thank you so much to Mrs. Hall, Coach Lynch, and the rest of my Motor City family, and a special shout out to my dad for sticking with me through thick and thin. I'm really going to miss you guys. Peace.
So before we let you go, we want to talk to you about a subject which is very near and dear to our hearts. The holy month of Ramadan is now here. Muslims around the world, 1.8 billion strong, 3.5 million, which are right here in the United States, are all observing the fast from sun up to sundown. That means you can't eat or drink anything for 29 to 30 days. Ramadan is part of the Islamic calendar, which goes according to the lunar cycle and moves back about 11 days every single year. Now, it's noteworthy and important to understand that Ramadan for Muslims is as important as Christmas and Easter are and Hanukkah is to people of other faiths. So the message here to the coaches at all levels is first and foremost to acknowledge your Muslim athlete, to identify them, to affirm them, to offer them your support. Just go up to them and wish them a Ramadan Mubarak. Let them know that you are there to support them. You may not know how to train them, but you got to address nutrition. You got to address what time of the day you're going to be working out, sleep cycles, what's the workout going to be, how you're going to scale up and scale down. Let them know that you are with them and you're going to help put them in a position to succeed, which is what they want to do in the first place. That's all I want to say about that. And I think that if we as a community acknowledge this subgroup in our population and we support them, we'll be better for it. AAU, thank you very much for allowing us to send out this message. Everybody stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Peace out.